get to my take. And today, my take, I title it, Police Lawful Duty, Your Right When Arrested. This part one, Police Lawful Duty, Your Right When Arrested. This part one. Today, I am back on legal education I have previously given, but it needs repeating for emphasis. And this time, I will reproduce a chunk of the law for your use. This is critical education because we all may at some point have to deal with those who enforce the law, the police. I am dealing with key rules of arrest and bail following complaints of wrongdoing by police in arresting and detaining Koku Anyidoho without a warrant and refusing him bail the afternoon of his arrest and the day after. If it is true, then it was wrong to arrest him without telling him why he was being arrested. It is a constitutional requirement in Article 14 to observe the Miranda rule in effecting a lawful arrest. First, the police are under a legal obligation to immediately inform you of the reasons for your arrest, restriction, or detention, and doing so in a language that you understand. The second duty is to let the suspect know that whatever he may say from that moment could be used against him or her in court. You are not to incriminate yourself, as you are not required to prove your innocence, because the burden is on your accuser to prove beyond doubt the crime he alleges you have committed or are about to commit. It is important, therefore, thirdly, that you are told of your right to a lawyer of your choice from the point of arrest, restriction, or detention. You must learn to submit to lawful arrest because you commit a further offense if you obstruct the police officer while he is executing this duty. Guess what? If he fails to observe your Miranda rights, you should resist that arrest because it is unlawful. Our courts have held as far back as 1972 that a civilian was within his right when he retaliated an assault on an officer who didn't give a reason for inviting the businessman to come along with him to the police station. I do not know why the police decided to pursue a man at a public event and fully armed as if he is a known criminal and a flight risk. The basic rule they are to observe is that in making an arrest, a police officer or any other person making the arrest shall actually touch or confine the body of the person to be arrested, unless there is a submission to the custody verbally or by conduct. They will apply reasonable minimum force to achieve this where the circumstances demand it. And when they succeed, the law dictates that a person arrested shall not be subjected to more restraint than is necessary to prevent the escape of the person arrested. But do they require a warrant to arrest you? The answer is a big no. In fact, the duty or right to effect an arrest and even do so without a warrant is extended to civilians, except that you are required to immediately hand the suspect over to a police officer or to the nearest police station. Provision is made from Section 10 of the Criminal Procedure Act so that you, like the police officer, can arrest without a warrant when any of the following offenses has or is being committed in your presence. A, an offense involving the use of force or violence. B, an offense by which bodily harm is caused to another person. C, an offense in the nature of stealing or fraud. D, an offense involving injury to public property, or E, an offense involving injury to property owned by or in the lawful care of custody of that private person. The police will then additionally exercise this duty on a person who A. commits an offense in the presence of the police officer, B. obstructs a police officer in the execution of that police officer's duty, C. has escaped or attempts to escape from lawful custody, D. possesses an implement adopted or intended for use to unlawfully enter a building and does not give a reasonable excuse for the possession of the implement, or E. possesses a thing which may reasonably be suspected to be stolen property. Then a police officer may arrest without a warrant a person whom the police officer suspects on reasonable grounds, A. of having committed an offense, B. of being about to commit an offense in order to prevent the commission of the offense, C. of being about to commit an offense where the police officer finds that that person in any highway, yard, building, or other places. Now, I will pause here and invite you to go read this full take, which will be on my Joy Online shortly. And next week, I will provide part 2, in which I state unequivocally that bail is not automatic and the police is not under obligation to grant same within 48 hours of an arrest, detention, or restriction. Thank you. This is by way of my take.